Hello everybody, welcome to FC Amakhosi fan channel. This is Zwane and Mdu. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you for tuning in once more. So guys, today I'm going to be talking about what the coach said about the development and how or what it takes for players to be promoted. But before probably I go to that, there's a guy in Manchester United. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it for the benefit of those who are new in this channel. There's a guy by the name of Mdu. This guy is currently 18 and he played in the preseason. He was playing number 8 box to box and also played a CDM. So the coach said that Manchester United, I know that we lost, but yeah, anyway. So the coach said that, you know what, there's something about this guy that, you know what, I am not going to loan him out. There were teams that were making inquiries about him saying that, no, you want to loan this guy, want to take this guy on a loan. And the coach said, no, it's going nowhere. I'm not going to loan him out. I'm going to use this guy. Unfortunately, he got injured in one of the last few games. I think it was against Arsenal. Yes, it was against Arsenal. I think he got injured. I don't remember the player who injured him, but yeah, it was an accident. So the coach said that, you know, no, I'm not gonna let this guy go on loan. I'm gonna use him, and then unfortunately he got injured. Why am I raising this? The coach identified the player in the academy and went and said that, you know what, this is the kind of player that I want to rope into the senior team. As he identified that player, Mdu, and other players that he identified and loaned out and others, he ended up selling them. So with this one, he says, okay, you know what, I'm going to use this guy. As he's saying that he's going to use this guy, as I said, he got injured. But the coach is saying that he can't wait to have this guy back. Imagine playing for a big team like Manchester United and you are 18 years. 18 years you are playing for Manchester United and you are playing for a senior team. You are competing with your Casemiros or you are competing with your Mason Mount. These are guys who've been in the game for a long time, who has also won Champions League. And Casemiro, we know that he has won almost everything that is to offer in this game. And he's competing with these guys. He's rubbing shoulders with your Casemiros. He's rubbing shoulders with your who's. I mean, he played against Declan Rice in that tournament, in the preseason game. And we didn't see so much of Declan Rice because this guy was a marvel to watch. He was on top of his game. Then now, coming back home, I think it was Lorenzo or it was Austin who was talking about Ayanda Sishuba or something. I think it's Sishuba or something. But this is a guy who's playing in Belgium, if I'm not mistaken. And Belgium, apparently, they want to rope him into the national team. And he's 18 years. And the question is, Belgium wants to rope him into their national team. And here we are, South Africans, we say that an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old is young, cannot stand the pressure of playing for a big team. Sure, to a certain extent, I hear you and I agree with you, but here we are losing a top talent that Ayanda has never been called in the national team. Has he been called in the under 23? No, has been called even in this tournament where we use old guys or players who are not getting much game time. I think is it Kosaf? I think Kosaf. Yes, it's Kosaf. We don't play these guys. I mean, why are we having this guy played in an under 17? Why this guy hasn't played in the under 23? We keep on losing talent because we say that the guy is not fit enough or is not matured enough to play in the MDC. Not all players are like that. Not all players are like that. That's why that our development is far behind. It's far behind in terms of when you compare it with your Europe. You find that in Europe, an 18-year-old has signed a professional contract. Here in South Africa, those players, we put them in the MDC. Our development is way backwards. It's way off in terms when you compare it with what is happening in Europe and other continents. It's way off, like we are far behind. And then we find these guys, young talents, that they end up going overseas. I mean, there's a guy from Kaizer Chiefs that now he went to sign, I think in MSL or something. But yeah, there's a guy who went and signed in the MSL, or he went and signed overseas. And the question is, what is happening to the current players that we have in the MDC? How are we roping them into the senior team? How are we making sure that we develop them, they go and get game time, and they mature to that extent that they can be able to come and fight for starting lineup? So you find that other players or other teams out there, that they go and loan these guys for game time, which is good and it's working, but they are so serious about the investment that they put in for the development of their players. So here we are, Duba is sitting on the stands, he's wasting his time, he's not getting game time, he's even injured in the training, he doesn't smell even 5 minutes in the senior team, and we have this guy in the senior team for 2 seasons now. And then we roped in this other one, McCarthy. He's in the senior team, but he's not playing. And the question is, was it Ntseki who roped these guys in, who promoted these guys to the first team, or was it under Zwane? I don't remember whom these guys were promoted under. But anyway, Ntseki, we know him that he has an academy of his own, and we know him that he loves playing young players. I mean, we saw against Stelis that he put on this guy using Tanzania, and we know that Tanzania now is in his second season anyway. But he's talking about development. So I'm going to read to you what he says about development and what it takes for one to say, okay, you know what, the Kaizer Chiefs player, this is the caliber or criteria that they need to meet for them to be promoted, which shows that he's thinking in the future as well. He's thinking well ahead. He's thinking in terms of, okay, when I stay here, and even if I don't stay here, but at least I'll say that, okay, you know what, that player that you see now is playing in the MSL or is playing in Europe. I had a hand in developing him. So he's thinking long term. And these are the things like your Etoro Kral used to do, your Doleza used to do, by investing so much in the MDC, by investing so much in the academy. And Ntseki is bringing that back. He's bringing that back and say that I'm going to rope you in. I'm going to make sure that you know what it takes for you to get into the senior team. I mean, for you to get to a job, they tell you these are the job descriptions that you have to meet. For you to go to university, they say to you, this is the APS that you need to meet for you to get to that qualification. So he's laying down the rules and requirements on how to get to the senior team. So let me read to you what he says without wasting so much time. But yeah, I love the fact that we have a sense of direction, and at least even as fans, we know what it takes for players to be promoted. Because some of you even now are saying that why is not this guy Vilakazi not promoted to the senior team already? I mean, I would love to see him in the senior team, but does it meet the requirements of the coach at the current moment? I don't know, but let's read together. So this is the article that came out on the 4th of September 2023 from Far Post. So I got this from Far Post. So Ntseki outlines, the article reads like this: Ntseki outlines the key qualities for the academy players to be promoted. So I'm going to read the article. It says, Kaizer Chiefs head coach has outlined the qualities that an academy player should possess before being promoted in the first team. Ntseki knows a lot about youngsters as he served in the development department at Kaizer Chiefs for 2 years before being appointed as a head coach. In addition, Ntseki has coached in the junior ranks. Firstly, he was in charge of South Africa under 17 national team in 2019. He also has an academy. He also has a youth academy called Harmony Academy, which produced the likes of Tebogo, Mokoena, Sipombule, just to mention a few. So far this season, the former Bafana coach haven't been using youngsters too much. The likes of Ndudu Shabalala, Samgelo, Zwane have been making appearances coming from the bench. As for Wandile Duba, like I said, hasn't made much of any appearance. So subtitle says Ntseki on what it takes to promote academy players, the criteria, the requirements. You promote a player because they got the qualities that you need in the first team. I think it's not only about the talent, it's also about the personality. I hope you hear that. I think the most important thing now when it comes to the younger players, we need to build them. We need to build them. We need to build in them first team personality. It comes with so much pressure. It's not only for him to be on the pitch to enjoy himself. You have to play within a structure. It's not only for him to be on the pitch to enjoy himself. You also have to play within a structure. You have to give yourself an A game. Ntseki continues to say, so when now he's asked about the maturity and all those things, Ntseki further stressed the issue of maturity, saying that academy players should be mature once promoted to the senior team. But most important, talking about the typical maturity, it is very important that why all the senior players have got the high level of technical maturity, because they've been in this game for long. For young players, it is important as a coach to teach and to develop technical maturity in them. Technical maturity comes with the structure, the discipline in possession, and the possession while you are carrying the ball. Why are you playing as quick as you can? He added. So he's talking about the criteria that he used and to check the maturity, the personality. Will they be able to stand the pressure that comes with playing for Kaizer Chiefs? And when they are roped in the first team, will they be able to adapt? Things like that. I mean, if you are 18 year old and you are better than a 35-year-old, for example, why not? Why can't you start? So it's talking about that maturity, like will you be able to play for Kaizer Chiefs and what it takes for you? Do you have that thing in you that you can play for Kaizer Chiefs because of your maturity, and you are able to play within a structure? It's not about you enjoying football, but you are not a team player. So this should raise eyebrows, or this should give a caution to those already that are in the MDC. Am I playing within the structure? Am I matured enough? Can I play within a team? And am I disciplined? Because also the fact that these other players that outside the field or outside the pitch, that they're ill-disciplined. So, like coach is saying that I'm going to be looking for A, B, C for you to be promoted in the senior team. Do you have all it takes for you to play in the senior team? I mean, we used to have young players playing in the senior team. Nowadays, we don't have so many young players playing for Kaizer Chiefs. Is it because they don't meet what the coach is looking for? I don't know, but I can say that at the moment, there are guys who can play ahead of others in that team, judging by how these other players are performing. At the current moment, I'm not saying that these other players are not deserving to play for a team like ours. At the current moment, a guy like Ntseki can be benched by a guy like Ntoduzi Shabalala. Can be benched by Ntoduzi Shabalala. But why is he not starting? I don't know. That's the coach. That's one thing that the coach can answer. As for me, I can just point what I see, that this guy can play ahead of Ntseki. But why the coach is not using them or using these young boys, I do not know. But I can say to you that we have a coach at least who's thinking for the future, who's thinking about the investment on these young players, that who says, okay, you know what, I would want to use the young players. And he has the experience, the pedigree to do that. But let's give him time to settle. let's give him time, because at the same time, we want these young boys to play, but at the same time, we also want results. So, as we want the results, and already some have thrown misses at the coach, and they don't want him, and they've been chanting his name, he must leave. And then coach already is under pressure to produce the results, because it's only the results that has calmed us fans down. So imagine him that is playing all these young players for the sake of, hey, but why is he not true to his word? Why is he not playing these young players? Because he's a coach that who knows how to use young players. But at the same time, we need the results. So would you rather give in to what the fans are saying, but also give in what the fans are saying at the same time? Because the fans are saying this, they also want this. Can he give that at the moment? I do not know, and I don't think that it's possible that he can play all these young players, but also we want the results. So let's give him time to gel, give him time to adjust, and then let's see him introducing these young players here and there. But give me your thoughts, guys. I mean, you know, I'm open to engage. Give me your thoughts, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment. FC Amakhosi fan channel. Love you. Thank you. Bye.